So yesterday, I described about the acquisition process. Anyway, in the acquisition process, it is a bit long process. We have seen patron management. You remember? You tell me whether you remember this or not. Patron management, you remember?
Yes, sir.
Circulation, we are reserving the book out to the patron, checking out, checking in. Remember, renewing the book.
Yes.
And then we did our cataloging from the mark cataloging and then FastCat framework, the full default cataloging. You remember, right?
Yes.
Fine. So now we are doing acquisition. So let me first again explain to you what we are doing in acquisition. In acquisition part, we are ordering a book from a vendor or a publisher, taking the book in our library, processing it finally, and placing the book in the library wherever it should go. Understood this part?
Yes.
Any confusion till here? No. Fine. So in acquisition, what we are doing? You understood the basic idea about acquisition, right? We now will be creating a vendor from where we will be purchasing our book. Okay. First, we need to create a vendor. You can understand this with an analogy. For example, yesterday also I gave the same example. Suppose you want one particular book and you want Flipkart to be your vendor. For example, so in library we don't take books from Amazon and Flipkart like that. We take from some authentic vendor. I'm just giving this as an example. Suppose you want some toy and suppose you want some maybe decorative items. So you found that in Amazon it is costly. Okay, I won't go for Amazon. I am getting the same item at much cheaper price in Flipkart. I will go for Flipkart. So you chose your vendor here. Flipkart is your vendor. Like we have Allied publishers, ABC publishers, all those are publishers. We have that as our vendor. Okay. So first we will create vendor, enter the details about the vendor there. When our vendor is created, now we know, okay, I am purchasing from Flipkart. Fine. Under the Flipkart, under the vendor, you will create a basket. Like there we have add to cart option.
Yes.
And there also we have the option of creating cart. So in cart also, suppose let's say you want, let's say in decorative options also you want balloons in one cart, ribbons in another cart, sweet item in one cart, some chandan and all in some another cart. So all these 4 or 5 categories you created different carts. In the manner I am creating a basket. There is an option for creating a basket. So what we will do? We are creating a basket and we will enter the details about what is the name of basket, description, what are the things that we are going to add in the basket, all those things. Okay. In the basket, so now we have done 2 steps. Creating the vendor and then creating the basket. In the basket, we will be adding the resources that we need or the books that we are required to purchase. Suppose you are purchasing the book called Library Automation or Library Manual, and the publisher has both of these books. What we will do? We will go to the basket and add these books to the basket and the details, the cataloging details about these books into the basket. So suppose the book that you want to purchase, there is no cataloging record in your Koha. So what you can do, you remember, right? When we were adding to the basket, we had an option of from the suggestion, from a new empty record, from the subscription. All these options were there. We explored the option for from a new empty record, where we created the record of the book, like we do in our cataloging module, right? So now we created the catalog of the book, and then we added that book to the basket. It's same like you are adding the item to the cart in Flipkart. So that you are finally, when you are checking out, you see that, okay, these are the items in my cart and okay, I am fine with these items and now I am going to pay the money. Similarly, you are adding the books in the basket. Fine till here, right?
Yes.
A bit louder.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So now we have added the books in the basket. Now what we will do, we will close the basket. So that it is clear to us that now this is the basket, these are the 4 or 5 books that are there and we have added these things in the basket. We will close the basket and then we will generate a slip. that slip is to be sent to the vendor. An official request to the vendor that, see, these are the items that are required. You now tell me what is the price and all those things, and we will purchase an order. So we send a slip to the vendor. Vendor will receive the slip. Vendor will, along with the this thing, this details and the item of the purchase, it will send back to you the items. And now you have received the books. You ordered 4 books, suppose, and now you have received all those 4 books. What you will do then? You will select the vendor. You will go for receive shipment option instead. From there, you will receive the shipment. You will, and then it will ask for invoice details, details of the vendor, all those things you have to enter. And then finally, you have to close the whole package and submit it. Simple. This is it that we are doing in the acquisition. Understood? Any doubt in the workflow? Any query you can ask right now, no problem. Anything that you are missing out? Fine. What more detail we can do here? Initially, when you go to the Koha, you will see we have an option of currency. So there, by default, it has taken some US dollar, Great Britain pound, those 3-4 values. There is no option for Indian rupees, INR. So you can go in the currency tab and you can create Indian rupee and you can assign the value. Okay, so this is the amount of value of our Indian rupee. And thereafter you can go and create a budget. Again, I have explained this with an example. Suppose it may happen that suppose the Vice Chancellor has received a huge budget from local MLA and the Chancellor wants to give some amount of the budget to the library, let's say 1 lakh rupees. The Chancellor wants to give 1 lakh rupees for the library and now it is up to us how we are going to spend this. So we create a tab called budget. In the budget, we add the value, whatever we have received, and how we are going to receive, how we are going to spend that money step by step. We can mention it in the terms of funds. In the 1 lakh rupees, suppose you want 50% to be allocated to periodicals, 30% to the library maintenance, 20% to the skill development of the staff. In 3 manner you want to spend it. So you can create 3 funds for it. First fund will be periodicals, second will be training, third one will be infrastructure development. In the same budget, 1 lakh rupees, 50,000, 30,000, 20,000. You have allotted, you have created 3 different funds, right? So we need to create budget and the fund in it, and then we will go for the acquisition part, which I right now explained. Understood? Clear? The workflow is clear to everyone? Let me see if it is. Can you sign in here? Internet? Please try. Internet sign in.